Welcome. This is Recidiva. I'm sharing a recording of a casual Skyrim playthrough using a mod list I built. My profound thanks to all the mod creators who have made this game a crowdsourced treasure. I hope you enjoy. A cool thing about Kaidan's tent as it upgrades, there is a shrine to Kinnereth here, which I like, but I worship Akatosh. I could get the blessing. Or I could see if I could put down a shrine. Maybe I'll do that later. I just don't really want to mess with it and try to put something inside a tent that gets picked up and carried around. I also wish they had a Lux patch for this. I wish the lighting were a little bit better.
It's got me thinking.
Future hopes.
I realise whatever this is, it's bigger than anything I've felt before.
So, as you could tell, you could just go outside the tent to major cities, minor cities. It's very cool. It's got a lot of utility. Okay, so you can exit by using the map or just running like to the edge here. And it should give me the prompt. It did for just a second, then I lost it. Exit the tent. Maybe I'll use the map. Outside tent. So wherever you put it down, it will stay as a map marker, and Kaidan will usually stay with it too. You have to remember to ask him to rest and to follow.
Alright.
And then ask him to pack up the campsite.
Breaking camp and heading out was always my favourite part of the journey. Feels like endless possibilities ahead.
What do you need?
Have you been feeling alright?
Eh? Oh, yeah. Why'd you ask?
You're sweating, and your face is all red. Are you feeling dizzy? Need a rest?
Oh, what I need is for your hips to stop moving like that when you walk. No, I'm fine. Fine. Don't worry about me. Fine.
And again, I can't see any of most of this just to me seems like mean, relentless teasing. But I'll say it. We'll get somewhere where he's feeling comfortable and hopefully it'll be worth the whole angst thing. I suppose it's not terribly romantic if people just meet each other and like, hey, want to hang out? Sure, cool. I mean, there's just not much content there, right? But that's more the kind of person that I am. Just like, hey, you're awesome. I'm not shy. Oh, I see a teleport in my future. Pick up another stone. Look at this water with the raindrops. Okay, so I added a mod that is inadvertently hilarious. Those squeakings are otters, which I thought would just add like little playful otters, which is fine. There are some little playful otters, but they're terrified of you, and they chitter like crazy, and these giant otters will try to fuck you up. I didn't want to... Well, we're gonna have to, aren't you? I try to avoid killing the otters, but sometimes you just gotta kill a giant otter. And there's probably a baby around here still, like, yelling at me. What? Oh. Otter. It looks like the otter fucked up a spider, too. There's a skeleton over here, though. Oh. Hi. You just give up someday? Okay. I got a treasure map. I like the treasure map add-ons. So when I read this treasure map, it'll show up as a quest marker. So there's a map, and as I had mentioned earlier, I would never be able to figure this stuff out. I wouldn't have the visual memory for it. So there is a mod you can get that now in my miscellaneous... Yeah, find the hidden treasure near Deep Folk Crossing. So these maps can be displayed at the museum. Yep, there's another lurking giant otter that I just wanted to put in to make the world better. And now I've made it more aggressive. One other thing that is inadvertently hilarious and kind of sad is I put in ducks and geese, which is amazing, but my auto looter like loots them like they're items as I go by. All right, as you know, I gotta head back to the Lover's Stone and pick it back up. So the first time I ever saw them, I went to go swim out toward them, and then it makes sound effects when you essentially kill them and loot whatever, like pheasant or duck or goose meat from them. And all you hear is this, which is the sound of them all dying horribly. And I'm sad. Okay, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go to Morthal. It's closer. So I try to keep my distance from majestic swans so they don't have to go wah, 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 and then be gone. And then I have like goose meat. I suppose I could blacklist the individual meats, keep track of them, and then I could solve my own problem, but that sounds like work. Oh, gorgeous. Angry otters. Oh, look at the cattails! Isn't that cool? Yeah, you can see pheasants running around. And then a lot of the wildlife will change. It's patched in with the seasons mod. I tried to find things that would alter with the seasons. And I think even in the winter, my game is patched so that there aren't any herbs growing on the ground, which is why I don't start my game in winter. If I make it to winter this year in 6 months with the Gildergreen... Oh, there's a beacon. With the Gildergreen all grown, I'll be okay to make it through the winter without having to pick anything, because clearly I will at that point have approximately 500,000 cabbages. So things that don't auto loot are going to glow red. They will be highlighted so I know to stop and get them. I think, as I said, quest. I can't auto loot quest items. And I think that was the issue with my bugging of Legacy of the Dragonborn, because I have a habit of looting looting and loading lots of things. Angry otter. So sometimes I don't actually buy the items from Sema in bits and pieces to populate the Legacy of the Dragonborn, so I could just load the items and it would work just fine. Baby, I bought you a horse. Why? Why with any of this?
I've seen you glance at me after each big fight lately, but don't worry, my oath isn't fulfilled yet.
Yeah, but where's your horse,
I'm
man?
starting to hope it won't ever be.
Well, now we have to make the money to buy you a new horse, right? Yeah, he does bug out, and sometimes he stops riding his horse. But I know I bought him one, and I guess he's just training for CrossFit or something. I can't really fix it. So in my first testing, I think I was eager to test things. I didn't make money. To test parts of the world, I just make a character, zone out, port all over the world, load money, load items, and okay, so I'm going to use the actual we're fighting foods now. And I think that's what bugged me my first time through, is I was loading what are essentially quest items. The items from that you buy from Sema are essentially quest items. You have to buy them. And if you just load them into your inventory, you're going to have a bad day.
Where are you? I knew I'd find you.
Will you hold? Would you please? All right, you're holding still. That's awesome.
Next time we come, I'll hold you. Wait, shit. I mean, help.
Oh, my stealth's pretty good now.
Arm, so you want to do this the hard way? Fine. You can go to hell.
Shout out to these amazing cave floor and wall retextures. I don't have the names of all of them, but it looks so good.
Let's do something about it then!
The arrow sticking out directly between his eyes.
Let's see what else is around here.
You're a fine shot with that bow.
Thank you. I've been working on it. So as you can see, with Stealth and Wanderlust, I book the Legacy of the Dragonborn ring. Applies even while you're stealth, which, yeah, my stealth, even without enchanted items or potions or anything, my stealth is getting pretty good. So I'm happy to use...
Oh hell, suddenly I don't really mind sneaking quite so much. Shit, no. Eyes on your surroundings, Kaidan.
I don't mind buying the trade skills. And I probably am going to throw a bit of money at speech, but I never pay to raise up sneak or the bow, because I just want to have fun getting that. It's nice to move from truly sucking and tripping over the tip of your bow, essentially, when you start, to just being deeply deadly. One-shot headshots are very nice, but I also don't lower the difficulty so much so I can achieve that. It's going to take me a few... It's going to take me a few arrows to kill things for the rest of the game. But I'm not going to do Legendary where just even yard trash takes a very long time. Sweetie? Oh, honey, don't do that. That's not good. A lot of times I'll jump straight down there to the dragon wall, but I think I'm going to walk down this time. See if Nah, I'm not. I'm gonna jump. I may not even be able to find the way if I can't jump. Okay. Jump down and then explore it on the way back up. Yeah. See, that is one very nice thing. Look, I jumped and Nico and Ironclaw are like right on me. These are really good companions. Kaidan's probably still stuck somewhere. I spend a lot of the game not accompanied by Kaidan. So I don't know if that's another followers framework that makes it easier for them to be right there. Oh, I need to remember to use poison. I really don't use shouts much. I'm obsessed with the bow. The main one I will use is Dragon Rend, because I want dragons out of the sky as soon as possible. Alright, run back up the ramp. See if Kaidan ever rejoins me. I lose him a lot. I can use the horn to call him anytime, but sometimes I just, he was clearly having issues. I love these. Yeah, I love the cave retextures. Good boys. You can take a bone. If you get, like, rock joint or something, I'll heal you, sweetheart. We're good. Good boy. My boys are the bestest boys. I love you, hon. Yeah. Yeah. You're so cute. Look at those teeth. You got an arrow in your head. There. Let's go. Okay. We're good. Nico's magic. So I will pose you a question here. For those who know the lore, theoretically, Delphine came through here. Oh man. Well, that was dumb. Yeah, you'd think the chain could stay up. Sorry, I was trying to think and run at the same time. Theoretically, Delphine came through here. How did she solve this puzzle? Can anybody explain that to me? It's a big plot hole. So again, Raiders in the Lost Ark. Delphine could have done all of this damn stuff. Yeah, these are fire traps. Stay to the sides. Probably take the fire damage without much issue. Biter, biter, biter. Hey, good boys, yeah. You tell that fire trap what's what. You're not gonna set it off. No, you're not. You are magic, Nico. I heal myself, even if I've taken like 2 hit points of damage, just because slowly it'll raise my restoration skill. Stop and pause for the cinematics. Read mysterious note. I wonder what it says. Dragonborn, I need to speak to you. Urgently. Rent the attic room at the Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood, and I'll meet you. A friend. Yeah. I don't like Delphine much either. The attic room is funny too. If you try to just like back up into the room, I've got like all these followers, and they're all standing in the doorway with Delphine trying to get into the room.
Because they don't have the guts for a real fight. Get it? Guts. Yeah, oh shit, Kaidan.
Yeah, but you're cute, honey. You make things more fun. He sort of suffers from the Garrus syndrome. And I can't even see him, so he's just sort of like whispering from inside the walls. Like, I don't even know where he is right now, but he's still talking. Like, Garrus in Mass Effect, who is at times just the most suave, intelligent creature, and then otherwise the most awkward thing you have ever met in your life.
Places like this, silence doesn't feel like silence.
Yeah, I'm going backwards. I'm sorry. I do this. I get really lost.
Holding its breath.
And Kaidan's mocking me and whispering to me, and fine. Okay. I have... Oh. I have no sense of direction, let's put it that way. And as the game progresses, you will see me get more and more lost. Like Bleak Falls Barrow, I know. But here, I do not know. Because I have avoided the main quest often. And still, Kaidan whispering from somewhere, the great beyond, where Kaidans dwell. Alright, baby. We'll hook up later, okay? A warning with the Kaidan mod. One completely, utterly tragic flaw, at least in my lineup, and I've found it to be true for me. I've seen a lot of people... And... Okay. I've seen a lot of people complain, oh, look at all the torch bugs that aren't there anymore. Yay! I've seen Kaidan, like on Reddit, people complaining about there's a certain point at which Kaidan just stops responding and he kind of stands there and he won't follow you. And for me, I have narrowed it down to one place. Never, ever take Kaidan up into the Telmithrin mushroom in Solstheim with... Is it... Yeah, it's Master Nellakar. It's Nellakar. Never take him up there. Something about that place destroys his scripting. Don't know if they fixed it. I have searched. I think I've posted and told people not to take him up there. I don't know if they've done anything to fix the base mod. Again, oh, I want to get out of town before these guys talk to me because...
we're meeting tries anything.
Yeah, we'll make them regret it, but first I want to make sure that they don't kill everybody in town. I usually try to remember after becoming Dragonborn to port away somewhere far away from civilians. Because I've wiped out entire towns at times.
It's beautiful.
Come on, guys. Don't be afraid. Come be culty over here. So yeah, this fight, again, on Legendary difficulty, I do know that I had this fight in the middle of town and like everybody in Riverwood was dead. Everybody. It lasted forever. Hello. Everybody else should be safe now.
What did you find?
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn.
Yes, I am Dragonborn.
Your lies fall on deaf ears,
Then why
deceiver.
did you
The
ask?
true Dragonborn comes. You are but his shadow.
Yeah.
When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness.
Yeah.
None shall stand to oppose him.
Well,
Find them.
but you can die thinking that's true. My mod that takes everybody's helmets off takes off Mirak's mask, so he's really just kind of a dude. Alright, Alvor and Stump are safe. Alvor's died many a time on higher difficulties when I forget to get out of town. Alright, cultists' orders. Board the vessel Northern Maiden docked in Raven Rock. Take it to Windhelm. Then begin your search. Kill the false Dragonborn known as Selea before she reaches Solstheim. Return with word of your success and Mirak shall be most pleased. Oh, fuck off, you guys. Yeah, it's going to be a long time before we get to Solstheim. I'm going to need to finish the main quest first. One of the things I just don't like is
Try not to
Mirak...
disturb the law.
Hey, sweetie.
Say.
Out of my way. I love you guys! I would never let cultists kill you. I would reset the game 1,000,000,000 times. It's true. Okay. They don't talk much. Hey, here's ya. I'm petting you, metaphorically. I hate Mirak yoinking dragon souls, so I'm gonna finish the main quest first so that I can... I'm not sure which order I'm gonna do it in yet.
Warm drinks and warm beds.
Ooh. Something I can steal? If something goes in the museum, I'm totally stealing it. Usually.
You're that visitor been poking around.
You're that lady talking too much about bullshit who's gonna have
What
a
did
real
you
tough
find?
time getting into the attic room.
I'm the innkeeper. It's my business to keep track of strangers.
Way to,
Good
like,
dog.
alienate someone.
We don't get a lot of travelers here in Riverwood.
Because you're rude.
The war keeps most folks away these days.
Maybe it's you. I'd like to rent the attic room. Wink, wink. Notice she
Attic
still
room, eh?
charges me.
Well, we don't have an attic room, but you can have the one on the left. Make yourself at home.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Okay, so everybody's going to try to follow me. And I'm going to have to, like, scooch all the way back and jump on the bed to give everybody space to come in so that Delphine can
Most
talk
of
to
my
me.
customers are
There we
locals,
go.
come here to relax after a hard day's toil.
I don't... Yeah, with you being a bitch.
So what's your story? Just here to relax?
Yeah, sure. Well,
You're that visitor been poking around.
you just said that.
Well,
You look like you
I'm
could
your
use an ale.
servant.
Okay, she can't...
Watch your tone.
She's gonna
We
have
don't
to get
a lot
further
of
into the
travelers
room,
here
I
in
guess.
Riverwood. Just wondering what your intentions are.
I want you
My
to further my
intentions
quest.
are always honourable.
Oh, these two are talking.
Really? That seems hard to believe. You're sure about that?
Yes, of course.
Excuse my phone. You know.
So you're the Dragonborn I've been hearing so much about.
Yeah,
I
excuse
think
my
you're
phone,
looking
but
for
I'm not
this.
turning it off for this.
We need
Sometimes,
to
like,
talk.
You have it.
people have to
Follow
talk to
me.
me.
We're still stinking of Draugr, and it's in the bloody Riverwood Tavern the whole time.
Right? You tell her. What a bitch, right? Come on, let's get off the bed. I very rarely say that. Hey, Orgnar. I haven't talked to you much. I'm okay with that. At least I'm taking
Close the door.
everything from your tavern. I don't need it, but if it's your shit, I'll take it. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to close it in. Ugh!
Now we can talk.
She likes telling me what to do, and I don't like
I
being
don't
told
care
what
much
to
for
do.
the area. Always tastes a bit like burnt hair smells. I'll still drink it, but I won't fucking like it.
It's the map of the dragon burials. I have already preluded everything in the room.
The
Ugh.
Greybeards seem to think you're the Dragonborn. I hope they're right.
I hope you don't bug out massively. You have bothered me so many times not going to Dragon Mounds, not talking to me after the fact, not carrying your little torch up to a wall. You have a lot to answer for in your predecessors. And I'm already cranky because you're going to make me take off all my shit and put it in that little chest over there. And I don't like you. And how did you get through the tomb? What is happening? So, you're the one who took the horn?
Surprised?
No.
I guess I'm getting pretty good at my harmless innkeeper act.
Ugh. So I was expecting someone taller is a Star Wars line, like little short for a stormtrooper. But it could also be insulting her as a woman, and I don't want to do it. So I'm going to be just rude. Here I am. What do you want?
I didn't go to all this trouble on a whim. I needed to make sure it wasn't a Thalmor trap. I am not your enemy. I already gave you the horn. I'm actually trying to help you. I just need you to hear me out.
I don't have time for this.
I shouldn't let you walk out of here knowing what you know. But I guess even my paranoia has its limits. You know where to find me when you change your mind. Because you will.
Oh, I just...
You have to.
For fuck's sake, don't make me talk to you again. Talk to me.
You ready to hear me out?
Not really. Go on, I'm listening.
Like I said in my note, I've heard that you might be Dragonborn.
Like I
I'm part of a group
implied,
that's been looking for you.
I'm annoyed.
Well, someone like you, for a very long time. If you really are Dragonborn, that is. Before I tell you any more, I need to make sure I can trust you.
I don't really care about any of these answers. So, but if I say the actual one, I don't need to prove anything to you. I'm done here. She's going to say, you're going to have to come back. Alright, which is the least... Alright, why are you looking for a Dragonborn?
We remember what most don't, that the Dragonborn is the ultimate dragon slayer. You're the only one that can kill a dragon permanently by devouring its soul. Can you do it? Can you devour a dragon's soul?
I absorbed some kind of power from dragons. That's all I can say.
This is no time to play the reluctant hero.
Well,
You
I
either
am
are
a
or
reluctant
aren't
hero.
Dragonborn.
Do you have a
But I'll
cat?
see for myself soon enough.
I would like a cat to pet immediately. Oh, you're gonna make me ask all these questions. You said the Thalmor are after you?
Yes, we're very old enemies. And if my suspicions are correct, they might have something to do with the dragons returning. But that isn't important right now. What is important is that you might be Dragonborn.
And I might not kill you. So, what's the part you're not telling me?
Dragons aren't just coming back. They're coming back to life. They weren't gone somewhere for all these years. They were dead, killed off centuries ago by my predecessors. Now something's happening to bring them back to life, and I need you to help me stop it.
Do you know how crazy this sounds?
A few years ago, I said almost the same thing to a colleague of mine. Well, it turned out he was right and I was wrong.
Such a stupid question. What makes you think dragons are coming back to life?
I know they are. I visited their ancient burial mounds and found them empty. And I figured out where the next one will come back to life. We're going to go there, and you're going to kill that dragon. If we succeed, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
So, where are we headed?
Kynes Grove. There's an ancient dragon burial near there. If we can get there before it happens, maybe we'll learn how to stop it.
Let's go kill the dragon.
This is an ode
I need to get into my
Skyrim's
traveling gear.
staunch protectors.
Give me a minute and I'll be ready.
We drink to our youth, today's coming.
I have to refresh my Please Stop Singing Bards
Is
mods.
just about done.
You know,
That's better.
I told you
Let's
guys.
get on the road.
Oh,
Drive out the
Xenia.
storm cloaks and restore
So
what
I have
we own.
Xenia,
With the blood
and there should
that
be
our
someone
steel we
else
will take back
in
our
here that I can't find. Anyway,
I swear,
Down
in my
with Ulfric,
addictive
the
than
killer
scum,
of kings.
and sweeter than moon sugar.
I'm traveling. You've got the inn till I
I
get
want
back.
to taste them again,
my God.
but not sure.
Children of Skyrim,
So
and
she
we fight
behaves like a
all
trainer.
our lives. When Southern
She's a mod.
God beckons, every one
Take a
of
look.
us dies.
She sells minor things, and she will train in illusion magic. So there, in my mod
Farewell.
list, there is a Xenia in
But
every
this land is
tavern
ours, and we'll see
that will
white
train a
clean
specific thing.
of the scorn
Because I
that
spent too
has
much
sullied
time,
our
like,
hopes and our dreams.
what the oh, Embry is someone else who always ends up naked. But at least, you know, he's got a dagger
Need something?
on the outside. I used to have to like zoom through, and he was always playing with kids naked.
like
That's part of
sleeping
why I
in
disabled
Not so
the
much.
Good dog.
Why
nudity
spend it?
mods
I've got
because
a perfectly good sense with all
It
the
was my
comforts of
fault.
home. And no fucking bards.
right. You and I agree so much. I love you. Okay.
Kynes Grove is this way. We can travel together or split up and meet there. Your choice.
Oh, I am not traveling with you. Alrighty. I swear there was something that I had intended to do that I can't think of now. Be my solace, leaf rest. Just go look at the water for a minute. Calm down from having to yell at impossible people in authority. The reality is the original game is so buggy. And I got stuck so many times just trying to finish the vanilla game. Okay, nighttime river, beautiful sky. Let me calm down. That fog's a bit much. I just updated my ENB too, so some of my settings are off. But I like to think of it as magic fog, which means I don't have to learn my ENB settings. Right? Okay, I need a baby chick break, so I won't kill anybody. This is the point in the game where you could, I mean, someone could use the console to like just insta-kill her. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna save the world for you, okay? Yeah? Okay. And Delphine, I don't like her. Would you go poop on her stuff? Just like sneak into no, that's beneath you. That is undignified. Don't grow up to be that chicken. Don't. Listen to your mother. She protects you, you never die. You know she kinda stands on you sometimes. Alright. Yeah, you guys are right. Okay.
You look at home in these forests.
I do. There are no people there.
If my analysis is correct, the dragon buried near Kynes Grove will be the next to come back to life.
Okay. Oh, I didn't have to talk to her to tell her I'll meet her
Come on,
there.
we've got to get to
I'll
Kynes
just meet her
Grove.
there. It's late and I'm crabby, but the least amount of time that I have to spend interacting with her, the best. I haven't even gone to Windhelm yet. Okay. So we're gonna canter north from Elder Gleam while crabby and angry and knowing I could just slay her and bring her back to life, but that's petty and I need to be strong for the chicks. For the chicks. Alright. Okay, Miko. Got Miko. Okay, I got all my guys. We're all good. Ah, you found your horse. I am so proud of you. Alright, let's do this.
Who's a good dog? It's you. It's you. You're a good dog.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna... Will you... Oh my god. Oh my god. I thought of doing something, and you're gonna... A dragon is gonna make me forget.
Give up.
These are cool. I like the new model, so Combustion Dragon looks awesome. These guys are awesome. Combustion Dragon. Oh, I wish I had Dragon Wind. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get Dragon Wind. I love that tail thump, which is why I only ever, well, I'm aware of the tail thump. I only ever flank dragons, don't stand behind them anymore.
I was just doing what I do best.
Yeah, you were. As I was saying before rudely interrupted, I'm gonna start blacklisting a few things in my auto loot so that I can leave the world a little bit more glowy. I think I believe the majority of my models for plants are Maris. I've specifically got some other ones, like I like a different model for the Tundra Cotton that's really floofy. But the majority of the stuff that I have is Maris, and thanks to everybody for beautiful trees, and I love that. Alright, I have to get myself my bag of hold everything. The different bag of hold different things. Yes, maybe store and retrieve. Again, I don't know this mod well yet. This is the first run through I've tried handicrafting and using this particular mod. I'm used to a different one called colored bags, where recipes for colored bags are available at merchants, and you can make a bag that's in your inventory that you can put stuff in. So I'm used to that one, but I'm using this one this time through, so I'm a little bit clunky with it. And I'm still surprised at how it works. Okay, so I'm going to tell the game not to give me any more dragon tongue. So yeah, see, blacklist, dragon tongue added, and nightshade. This way the world, I'll have fewer poisons, but this way the world will stay more glowy purple and glowy orange. Alright. Save, just in case I die. And then I wonder why those flowers are still disappearing. Alright. Onward. Oh, hey, acrobatics.
I'm glad to be wandering the wilds with you.
Thank you. I feel less homicidal already in this sulfur-choking wasteland. Pissed off otters. So, shrines have been added all over the place by the... I don't want to kill you. Leave me alone. Okay. Can I just run over you? You can't. Not like Anvar is the Mako where you could just run over people. Alright, you've snared me, you've gotten my attention. I'm not gonna be any faster until I get rid of you. Yeah, that's an altar to Marco, but since I play Elder Scrolls Online, there's no way I'm worshipping that dude. Oh my god, and the otter caught up. Necromantic otter, that's disturbing. I'm sorry, I added those things just to make the world more whimsical. And it did, but in unfortunate ways. Okay, so now, yeah, I should be able to approach this plant. I won't auto-harvest it, and it'll stay glowy awesome forever. And everybody's gone. And again, I'm trying to think of the thing that I was supposed to do that I've forgotten to do. Thus goes my day. Hello. You alone, among the hordes, shall be preserved. There's a carriage stop down here that I was gonna pick up for Kynesgrove. Often Windhelm is one of my first stops because it is Kynesgrove is one of my first stops because it is also close to where you can pick up Kaidan. So sometimes.
No, you don't want to go up there. A dragon, it's attacking.
I love it. It's attacking. Sounds kind of like Paul Lind. A dragon is attacking Kynesgrove?
Well, I don't know. Not yet. It flew over the town and landed on the old dragon mound. I don't know what it's doing up there, but I'm not waiting around to find out.
Okay. Have a nice day. Get a jacket. It's cold. Alright. Hey. Are you, do you have any reactions?
Is something the matter, Dragonborn?
Is everything alright?
Yes. Well, sort of. I've been meaning to speak with you.
Of course. What's wrong?
When we first began traveling together, it was because I promised to repay a life debt to you. After every battle we've been through, some might say that debt has long since been discharged.
You want to leave?
No, that's not what I was getting at. I've been on my own a long time, without anyone I felt I could trust, or any place to really belong. Since I've met you, that's started to change. There are many ways to save a life, Dragonborn. And you've saved mine in more than I can explain. Finally, I'm carving out a future, and remembering what it means to care about someone enough that you'd put their life before your own. I want to know if you still want me at your side. Not as a mercenary under obligation, but as your friend. Your ally.
You've been my friend for a long time now. There was no need to even ask.
It warms my heart to know it, friend.
Oh, that was lovely. Look at the snow falling and the sun through the pines and... Ah! Thank you. You've just washed all the Delphine away. You know, it really makes my day each time you give me a flower, Kaidan.
Does it really?
Does that surprise you?
Well, yes. I mean, it's nothing fancy. I like to see you smile, and well, I'm glad you like them. Does that mean you might like more?
Yes. If you want to give them to me, that is.
Well, I'll have to be sure and keep that in mind then.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Okay. Well, I can go in and change the height of the animations. That's a shame. Alright, guys. You'll get the hang of it. I'll fix it. Hopefully. We'll see if it bugs out later. I don't want to change the animation height and then have it be the same way but in reverse next time. Okay. So as I was saying, sometimes I begin the game here. The prison where he starts is right here, which makes this home Hidden Hearth. I can usually just roleplay that, yes, before I went into prison, that was my home. So I get the deed, we go there first, then we run over to Kynesgrove because it is the closest place, and then we hit Windhelm, and then, but since
bucket if you're not gonna shit in it.
I had no idea why he was saying that until I realized I had buckets in my inventory. So he comments about things in my inventory. I'm still gonna steal people's cabbages because it's just a habit. I see cabbage, I take cabbage. I can't help it. And then sometimes I will just start doing all the quests in Kynesgrove and then branch out from there. We sort of live in his tent. That's a nice way to start too. Just sort of be free in the wilds before you begin anything. So I've got a bunch of different ways that I start. I tend to alternate. I will be like ridiculously loaded up rich, and then I get tired of that.
Bollocks off.
Yeah, I'm kind of meandering, aren't I? I'm sorry. I'm gonna go. We're going. So I tend to alternate between ridiculously overpowered, like the Zoolander, ridiculously good looking, but just load up every skill and every outfit and just play with that. And then I want to go gritty, dirty, and deeply deprived of life's joys until I earn them the hard way. This is sort of between those two styles. I'm gonna save here because this particular quest stage is just really notorious for being buggy. Delphine scripting is crap. They never fixed it. And nothing annoys me more, which is why I don't go to Solstheim before this point, is if Mirac shows up and starts stealing this soul with Delphine going, "You got it, soul," without going, "Hey, who's that guy?" Yeah, and sometimes I go to the leveler's tower and give myself Dragon Rend at the beginning of the game. I'm gonna earn it. But, yeah, leveler's tower has many a time been my first stop where I just take everything, use everything.
I am Salakir. Hear my voice and despair.
Okay, Galadriel. Oh, shall love me and despair. Okay.
Oh, dang. You did it. Wait, something's happening. God's above.
Mostly below.
So you really are...
I really are.
You take my breath away, woman. I mean, it's always amazing to watch you do that, Dragonborn.
You are Dragonborn.
Thank you. I have to go talk to her now. It's a shame. You also bug out here too.
It's fucking
Sometimes I
freezing.
get up here and Kaidan and yeah, he just starts walking away. So like there have been a couple of times where both Delphine and Kaidan just like walk down the hill together. I'm like, guys, hey, guys, and then I have to reload my game.
I owe you some answers, don't I?
Yeah,
Go ahead. Whatever you want to know. Nothing held back.
just sounds so defeated. Like, oh, and I wanted to keep being secretive. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
I'm one of the last members of the Blades. A very long time ago, the Blades were dragon slayers, and we served the Dragonborn, the greatest dragon slayer. For the last 200 years since the last Dragonborn emperor, the Blades have been searching for a purpose. Now that dragons are coming back, our purpose is clear again. We need to stop them.
Oh, what's our next move?
The first thing we need to do is figure out who's behind the dragons. The Thalmor are our best lead. If they aren't involved, they'll know who is.
What makes you think the Thalmor are bringing dragons back?
Nothing solid, yet. But my gut tells me it can't be anybody else.
Your gut
The Empire had captured
is
Ulfric.
stupid.
The war was basically over. Then a dragon attacks, Ulfric escapes, and the war is back on. And now the dragons are attacking everywhere.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the war was
indiscriminately.
over.
Skyrim is weakened. The Empire is weakened.
Another racist would
Who
have
else
taken
gains
his
from
place.
that but the Thalmor?
So, we need to find out what the Thalmor know about the dragons. Any ideas?
If we could get into the Thalmor embassy,
Ugh.
it's the center of their operations in
Please,
Skyrim.
you guys, remind me to take
Problem
arrows
is
this
that
time.
place is locked
really,
up tighter than a
I'm
miser's
so sick of
purse.
getting into the
They could
Thalmor
teach me a
embassy
few
and going,
things about
oh
Thalmor.
my god, I'm an idiot. So, how do we get into the Thalmor embassy?
I'm not sure yet. I have a few ideas, but I'll need some time to pull things together.
Yeah.
Meet me back in Riverwood. If I'm not back when you get there, wait for me. I shouldn't be long. Keep an eye on the sky. This is only going to get worse.
Well, I hope you're satisfied, putting the Dragonborn in danger just to prove their blood.
I had to be sure, to know if they were the one.
If that dragon had harmed the hair on her head, we would not be having such a civil conversation right now.
If that dragon had harmed a hair on their head, we wouldn't be talking at all. You're not very bright, are you?
You know what? I am tired of all of your bitching.
And I'm tired of talking to someone with less valuable insight than a skeever. Unless you have something useful to contribute, I suggest you shut up.
Go fuck a skeever.
What do
That's
you
my
need,
man.
Dragonborn?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. I'm just, yeah, run away. Yeah, you better run. See, she's running away now, baby. You did it. Thank you for defending me. She is, we don't like her. Yeah. Alright, on to hoping the next part of our journey does not bug. Alright, we're close to... You know what? I'm gonna head to Windhelm. There's a home in Windhelm. We can at least pick up the city. We are gonna have to give
Would it be
Delphine
so
a little
bad
bit
to
of
say
time.
that I'd really like to kiss you again? No? Would probably be bad to say I'd like to spend hours kissing you again.
I wouldn't mind. So I'm gonna go to Windhelm, discover the city, open it up as a teleport spot, and I do have a player home there also. It's not as extravagant. There aren't as many homes in the lesser used locations. And my qualifications for a home usually mean it's really close to the city and it has utility, but like the Markarth home is pretty abbreviated. I did try loading up a bunch of homes outside of Windhelm, but some of them are old and buggy. So I ended up with one inside. It's part of the reason why I can't use JK's Windhelm. I don't have a patch for this player home. Why? Why are you here? Go away! We just made really clear we would like you to go away. See, those kind of hand carts are cool. I don't mind those. They're like
good boy,
Laura
Nico.
Ingalls Wilder covered wagons. I don't mind those. Yeah, go! Is she running away? Is she still following us? Go away!
Do you need something?
Oh my god. If she follows me into my house... Okay, yeah, I'm yawning. Sleepy, tired, and I'm about to kill Delphine. Oh! Handcart. Save every time you try to disable something. This mod here that tells me I click on something in the upper left, it says handcart. I think it's called More Informative Console. It's invaluable. And get something like this so that you're not guessing when you click on something, because you will end up disabling Nico or Kaidan or something that will make you cry. Or that would make me cry. I'm the crying type. Okay. Disable. Good. We are good. Look, only pretty
There's a lot
Ivy
to
now.
learn of Skyrim's history.
Yeah, the people are really fucking racist. That's what I learned from Windhelm. If you'll notice, the spring mod, there's plants, there's no ice on the bridge. So, it really does provide seasons. I believe there's seasons and then there's unfrozen, which is an addition to that. Windhelm can be a little bit buggy. Last time I came here, some parallax textures were missing, and it took me a bit. But it's spring, so the ice is up off the ground. It's a huge transformation to this city, to the college also, because the bridge isn't covered in ice, and the Winterhold can actually be spring-like and have flowers.
You eat our food, you pollute our city
So
with your
there's
stink,
much
and you
less.
refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
I really want to kill this guy.
But we haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
I can't even bear to
Maybe
listen
the
to
reason
him
these places
threaten
don't help in
to
the war.
rape people in the middle of the night because he's so proud of who he is.
This city is almost in ruins. It's clear Windhelm's Jarl has a mind elsewhere.
He's just busy being racist.
Yes, that's right. Whether or
Okay.
not I'm interested. depends
So
on
here is the
what
player
God
home.
I have some things that
Assorted wares and tools you
Free
just
Warm
can't
stone.
live without. Come and
So I do have the mod where I can get Hijaram Hall right after Blood on the Ice, but I'm not going to be doing that quest for a while. Again, I wish there was a Lux mod for the lighting in here so that it looked better. But we need to take a nap.
Who's a good boy? You're the good boy. Yes, you are.
I think there's a little bathroom in here. Yeah, there is. So yeah, my homes that I want to use. I'm just gonna stand there in my full armor. But yeah, this one doesn't automatically recognize water. But it is a lovely little home.
You bloody sure.
Damn right I am. I got it. I flaunt it. I even got freckles, man. Yeah. Okay, don't. You're gonna get rusty. You're standing. Oh, man. Ah.
I didn't see nothing. Right.
I didn't see you sit in full armor.
Is that mead you're carrying, honey brew? I could do with a sip of that. I'm feeling a bit of thirst for a good bit of ale right now. Hey, I was just thinking about you. I was wondering if you needed anything.
I'm not actually going to tell him to avoid yelling at Delphine. But I want to hear him talk, so I will. So I'm going to be doing it in a joking way. Maybe you could avoid yelling at Delphine next time? We might need her.
No, you're right. I'm being an arse.
No, you're awesome. It's okay. Just less fuck a skeever next time.
Yes, well... Sorry.
About what she said.
So, Delphine is a blade. In which case, I can't really blame her for being so elusive. I wouldn't mind picking a brain if I get the chance.
I don't think she's gonna talk to you. You might get a chance if you stop yelling at her.
I suppose you're right, huh?
Do you ever stop and think about the way our paths crossed?
Every damn day, it's always on my mind. Always will be, I expect. And more than you imagine. Probably more than I should say.
More than you should say? What do you mean by that?
Look, it's impossible for a day to pass and me not think about or be remembering how we met.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean, Kai. Why?
How could I ever forget? When every day I wake up breathing fresh air or see the fucking sun. It's a reminder of the fate that you saved me from.
I understand. I hope that's not all you see me as. I'm your friend, too.
Aye, you are. And with every day that passes, you're becoming so much fucking more than that. You are driving me mad.
It's what I do. I got it from my dad. Okay, I need to trade some things with you.
Trade? You're just going to make me carry all your stuff, aren't you?
He just asked for some honey brew mead. I'm gonna give him all of it. And take the books back. Okay, he's got alcohol. I have a book you might like.
I've heard this story before, from Brynjar. Be interesting to read it now, knowing what I do about the blades. They had a few unique fighting styles, you know. Let me show you a move or two.
Okay. About your sword.
Aye.
I recognize the runes on the blade. This is written in the dragon language.
It is? Strange that they would write in dragon and not Akaviri. Can you translate it?
I'm sorry, no.
Damn. Well, there's a chance the Greybeards, or the College of Winterhold, might have someone who can translate it. I've heard about a rare book written on the subject too. Dragon language, myth no more. There may be others like it we can look out for.
All right, so that's initiating his all of this past quest. I believe you have to meet the blades and see that they have similar, well, literally blades. I think Legacy of the Dragonborn has Myth No More in the safe house bedroom, but I usually leave that stuff there. I might need to find it out in the wild or remember to pick it up. But you need to learn the dragon language to get clues from his blade. Any thoughts?
You're sure entertaining with those honeyed words. Feel free to weave me a story or sing me a song anytime.
Let's rest
I'll
here.
get myself comfortable then.
You alright, Trouble?
Alright, so I'm going to discuss the tattoo on his face, but clearly he doesn't have a tattoo on his face. I use Dovanix. She is the mod creator. She is the mod creator for this Kaidan replacement. I also use other mods of hers. If you look around the lamps, they're really beautiful, like lamps that are gold. You know, a lot of people use her models for the elven lamps. Really beautiful. I think it's dark elven lamps. So she has some stuff. As far as I know right now, this mod is down on Nexus. She took it down to make some changes, but this is her Kaidan replacer. And I have the mod in my lineup. I've had it for a while, and I have backup copies of everything. So when I went back to find it and it was down, I just pulled it out of, my laptop. So this is a very precious mod that people are now going, anybody have a link? Anybody have a copy to it? She says she's going to update it, but as of last week, it still wasn't up. So he doesn't look like the original Kaidan. There are like dozens, if not hundreds now, of Kaidan replacers, but this one is my favorite. Again, thank you, Dovanik. You have made it amazing. A lot of the Kaidans are really, really young looking and kind of boy band looking, and I that disturbs me. So I like one that looks like he's in his 30s and he isn't 14. So, in some of his things, the way that he speaks too, he had said that, with Eric the Slayer, he got there when he was a boy, so let's figure maybe 15.
Let's get going.
And then they went back and visited later. Let's add a few more years onto that. So maybe he was 20 the last time he left. And then he said it had been 10 years since he'd been there. So he's at least, he's at least 30. And many of his replacements make him look like prepubescent. So this is my favorite replacer of his. I want to give a particular shout out and also say, I have learned to keep backup copies of lots of stuff because you never know when the mods are going to disappear. Race Menu in particular, disappeared for a little while once the Ukraine war started because the developer is Ukrainian. So if you have some favorite mods, do yourself a big favor and make a separate folder, keep them all, especially the stuff that you love, because just out of nowhere it might really just be gone. There is stuff that I fell in love with and I modded years ago and then I came back and it's gone. So he's going to talk about his tattoo, which he doesn't have. There is an option in Dovanik's mod to give him a tattoo, but I'm not into it. I just like this. So my assumption is, the way I'm going to play this is that the tattoo, which is normally supposed to be on his face, is underneath the right side of his head, like on my left right now, that he's got a tattoo somewhere behind that lock of hair that I've noticed, and that he pulls his hair down to cover it up. And then I notice, because of course I've had my fingers in his hair, and I ask. So, by canon, he should have one. He doesn't have one. That's my story.
How can I be of service?
Kaidan, That tattoo on your face, does it mean anything specific?
It's a curse. That's what the damn thing means.
How so? And how did it come to be?
You won't let this alone, will you? Always digging at my thoughts.
Hey, there's no need to be so grumpy, is there?
Sod it. I'll tell you all about my tattoo so it stops you from asking me all the bloody time.
Good. Let's hear it then.
When a person becomes a follower of their cult, they like to brand a mark of ownership upon them. The obvious place for that is on your face, of course, so everyone can see you belong to them, so they can easily recognize you from a distance. When the time came, we waited until midnight, a full moon. Oh yes, it was part of a ritual, you see. I won't go into details about that, but I will tell you this. Whatever ink they used, it was mixed with blood. I was laid down on an altar, and a priest inked this tattoo on me. At the time, I was proud to have gotten it. To me, it was a sign that I finally belonged somewhere, like this was something I could do, you know? I thought they were my friends, maybe even my new family. But soon after that, I started to see this so-called family wasn't a family at all, but a group of thieves and murderers preying on people. They had no mercy. I saw how deep and dark their operations were. So I started to look for ways to get out of the cult. The thing is, once you're in, it's very hard to get out. Maybe impossible. Which is why it almost cost me my life. Now, this mark is a constant reminder of a time I'd rather forget. There. Now you've drawn it out of me. Please, would you just let me be?
I'm sorry, Kaidan. I didn't mean to stir up old memories for you.
No. No, there's no need for apologies. How good you've known. In a way, it feels good to tell someone, especially a friend, a true friend, who knows. Maybe one day I'll make my peace with it.
I know you're good at heart, and you'll find peace one day.
Thank you. It means a lot for you to say that.
Okay, one comment, well, of course, not one comment. Something about his mod there. It is very customizable, and you can choose to expand the quest that I think they call it the Daedric line, and that draws that quest out very long. I will say it's really angsty. There's a lot of trauma. And it's just, I don't feel that it gives a great deal of depth. I feel that it just kind of exploits this sense of trauma, and he like yells and he loses, he just loses his shit. I went through it once and then I disabled it. I wouldn't recommend it. So if given the option, again, if you're curious, do it once, but it just sort of means that he's, silent and brooding, just in a very rude way. He becomes, drunken and he yells, and I don't enjoy that. So be careful while you are installing things, whether or not you want to explore that. You can also, he will, I believe, I've never tried it because it's not my thing, but you can flirt with Brynjar and have him. Brynjar is. Sorry, Brynjar's dead. Never mind. Brynjar was his guardian, but Brynjolf. Yeah. So it's got something integrated where you guys can end up like being flirted with by NPCs and getting jealous, and As a person, I don't do that. I don't really enjoy role-playing that. I think it's unhealthy. So as much as I can appreciate flirting with the opposite sex, I don't appreciate the insecurity that leads to jealousy. So he clearly, in his character, has like some real social anxiety and inability to really, talk to people. And I want to be very careful with that and not play games with him. I would like to take care of him. But if you want to be a bit more on the wild drama side, you can take those options. You can extend the quest where he explores more of the cult side of things, which is different from all of this past, which explores his heritage. But I do the abbreviated version of the Daedric quest. I find it to actually be bugged too. So I don't have terribly good memories of finishing it. I think it's way overly dramatic and that it doesn't meet the poetic IQ level of this character that they've worked hard to build in complexity, and it just brings it down to sort of like acting out jealousy and rage at times that I don't want. So explore, if you put this mod in, certainly explore all of your options. I have come to the version of it that I really like, and that means I've opted out of large sections of it. So since it's so customizable, so big, and has been so updated, I think I looked on the site. Dan Lemon has recorded 6,000 lines, I think, something like that. It's got to be more now. They're still working on it, of dialogue. It's a lot. So find what you like. And you don't have to romance him. He can just be, your wingman, like Garrus in Mass Effect. You can just be friends. You can discover his past. He can just be your best buddy. And that's a good experience too. Alright, I don't want to resist the opportunity to read a book. That salmon steak is not looking healthy. A Dance in Fire, Volume 1. A Dance in Fire, Chapter 1, by Juan Jarth. Scene: the Imperial City, Cyrodiil. Date: 7 Frostfall, 3E 397. It seemed as if the palace had always housed the Atreus Building Commission, the company of clerks and estate agents who authored and notarized nearly every construction of any note in the Empire. It had stood for 250 years, since the reign of the Empire Magnus, a plain-fronted and austere hall on a minor but respectable plaza in the Imperial City. Energetic and ambitious middle-class lads and ladies worked there, as well as complacent middle-aged ones like Decimus Scotti. No one could imagine a world without the Commission, least of all Scotti. To be accurate, he could not imagine a world without himself in the Commission. Lord Atreus is perfectly aware of your contributions, said the managing clerk, closing the shutter that demarcated Scotty's office behind him. But you know that things have been difficult. Yes, said Scotty stiffly. Lord Vanek's men have been giving us a lot of competition lately, and we must be more efficient if we are to survive. Unfortunately, that means releasing some of our historically best, but presently underachieving senior clerks. I understand. Can't be helped. I'm glad you understand, smiled the managing clerk, smiling thinly and withdrawing. Please have your room cleared immediately. Scotty began the task of organizing all his work to pass on to his successor. It would probably be young Imbrelius who would take most of it on, which was as it should be, he considered philosophically. The lad knew how to find business. Scotty wondered idly what this fellow would do with the contracts for the new statue of Saint Alessia, for which the Temple of the One had applied. Probably invent a clerical error, blame it on his old predecessor Decimus Scotti, and require an additional cost to rectify. I have correspondence for Decimus Scotti of the Atreus Building Commission. Scotti looked up. A fat-faced courier courier had entered his office and was thrusting forth a sealed scroll. He handed the boy a gold piece and opened it up. By the poor penmanship, atrocious spelling and grammar, and overall unprofessional tone, it was manifestly evident who the writer was. Leonis Juris, a fellow clerk some years before who had left the commission after being accused of unethical business practices. Dear Scotty, I imagine you always wondered what happened to me, and the last place you would have expected to find me is out in the woods. But that's exactly where I am. Haha. If you're smart and you want to make lots of extra gold for Lord Atreus and yourself, haha, you'll come down to Valenwood too. If you haven't or have been following the politics here lately, you may or may not know that there's been a war between the Bushmer and their neighbors elsewhere over the past 2 years. Things have only just calmed down, and there's a lot that needs to be rebuilt. Now I've got more business than I can handle, but I need someone with some clout, someone representing a respected agency to get the quill into the ink. It's not a metaphor. That someone is you, my fiend. Come, G. Meet me at the Mother Pasco's Tavern in Falinesti, Fowlenwood. I'll be here 2 weeks, and you won't be sorry. Juris. P.S. Bring a wagon load of timber if you can. What do you have there, Scotty? Asked a voice. Scotty started. It was Imbralius, his damnably handsome face peeking through the shutters, smiling in a way that melted the hearts of the stingiest of patrons and the roughest of stonemasons. Scotty shoved the letter in his jacket pocket. Personal correspondence. I'll be cleared up here in a minute. I don't want to hurry you, said Imbralius, grabbing a few sheets of blank contracts from Scotty's desk. I've just gone through a stack, and the junior scribe's hands are all cramping up, so I thought you wouldn't miss a few. The lad vanished. Scotty retrieved the letter and read it again. He thought about his life, something he rarely did. It seemed a sea of gray with a black, insurmountable wall looming. There was only one narrow passage he could see in that wall. Quickly, before he had a moment to reconsider it, he grabbed a dozen of the blank contracts with the shimmering gold leaf Atreus Building Commission by appointment of His Imperial Majesty, and hid them in the satchel with his personal effects. The next day he began his adventure with a giddy lack of hesitation. He arrived for a seat in a caravan bound for Valenwood, the single escorted conveyance to the southeast leaving the Imperial City that week. He had scarcely hours to pack, but he remembered to purchase a wagon load of timber. It will be extra gold to pay for a horse to pull that, frowned the convoy head. So I anticipated, smiled Scotty with his best Imbralius grin. 10 wagons in all set off that afternoon through the familiar Cyrodiilic countryside, past fields of wildflowers, gently rolling woodlands, friendly hamlets. The clop of the horses' hooves against the sound stone road reminded Scotty that the Atreus Building Commission constructed it. 5 of the 18 necessary contracts for its completion were drafted by his own hand. Very smart of you to bring that wood along, said a grey-whiskered Breton man next to him on the wagon. You must be in commerce. Of a sort, said Scotty, in a way he hoped was mysterious, before introducing himself. Decimus Scotty. Griff Mallon, said the man. I'm a poet, actually a translator of old Bosmer literature. I was researching some newly discovered tracks of the Mnoriad play bar 2 years ago when the war broke out, and I had to leave. You are no doubt familiar with the Mnoriad, if you're aware of the Green Pact. Scotty thought the man might be speaking perfect gibberish, but he nodded his head. Naturally, I don't pretend that the Mnoriad is as renowned as the Maelidian or as ancient as the Dancer Gull, but I think it has a remarkable significance to understanding the nature of the Merolithic Bosmer mind. The origin of the wood elf aversion to cutting their own wood or eating any plant material at all, yet paradoxically their willingness to import plant stuff from other cultures, I feel can be linked to a passage in the Mnoriad. Mellon shuffled through some of his papers, searching for the appropriate text. To Scotty's vast relief, the carriage soon stopped to camp for the night. They were high on a bluff over a grey stream, and before them was the great valley of Valenwood. Only the cry of seabirds declared the presence of the ocean to the bay in the west. Here the timber was so tall and wide, twisting around itself like an impossible knot begun eons ago to be impenetrable. A few more modest trees, only 50 feet to the lowest branch, stood on the cliff at the edge of the camp. The sight was so alien to Scotty, and he found himself so anxious about the proposition of entering the wilderness that he could not imagine sleeping. Fortunately, Malin had supposed he had found another academic with a passion for the riddles of ancient culture. Long into the night, he recited Bosmer verse in the original and in his own translation, sobbing and bellowing and whispering wherever appropriate. Gradually, Scotty began to feel drowsy, but a sudden crack of wood snapping made him sit straight up. What was that? Malin smiled. I like it too. Convocation in the malignity of the moonless speculum. A dance of fire. There are some enormous birds in the trees moving around, whispered Scotty, pointing in the direction of the dark shapes above. I wouldn't worry about that, said Malin, irritated with his audience. Now listen to how the poet characterizes Herma Mora's invocation in the 18th stanza of the 4th book. The dark shapes of the trees were some of them perched like birds, others slithered like snakes, and still others stood up straight like men. As Malin recited his verse, Scotty watched the figures slowly leap from branch to branch, half gliding across impossible distances for anything without wings. They gathered in groups and then reorganized until they had spread to every tree around the camp. Suddenly, they plummeted from the heights. Mara! Cried Scotty. They're falling like rain! Probably seed pods. Malin shrugged, not turning around. Some of the trees have remarkable... The camp erupted into chaos. Fires burst out of the wagons. The horses wailed from mortal blows. Casks of wine, fresh water, and liquor gushed their contents to the ground. A nimble shadow dashed past Scotty and Malin, gathering sacks of grain and gold with impossible agility and grace. Scotty had only one glance at it, lit up by a sudden nearby burst of flame. It was a sleek creature with pointed ears, wide yellow eyes, mottled pied fur, and a tail like a whip. Werewolf, he whimpered, shrinking back. Katherat, groaned Malin. Much worse. Khajiit cousins or some such thing, come to plunder. Are you sure? As quickly as they struck, the creatures retreated, diving off the bluff before the battle mage and knight. The caravan's escorts had diving off the bluff before the battle mage and knight, the caravan's escorts had finally fully opened their eyes. Malin and Scotty ran to the precipice and saw 100 feet below the tiny figures dash out of the water, shake themselves, and disappear into the wood. Werewolves aren't acrobats like that, said Malin. They were definitely Katherat. Bastard thieves. Thanks, Stendar, they didn't realize the value of the notebooks. It wasn't a complete loss. Thanks for watching. Wishing you found family, creative hobbies, a hot bath after a long day, and food you love as much as Saleya loves apple pies.